Hey, cooking with your girl, Judy. Listen, y'all, if this is your first time here, I would like for you to hit that subscribe bell or whatever. You're going to see subscribe. Hit the subscribe and hit that bell that says all, and that way you will be reminded each and every time I come up with a video, okay? And I'm not going to say how many times I come up with a video. It's just whenever I feel like doing it, okay? So, and if you have been here before, oh man, I thank you. I thank you from the bottom of my heart for coming back. Today, we are going to be cooking seafood pot pie. Yep. And all of my seafood that I'm going to be putting in here, like the king crab legs, the raw shrimp, extra large, sea scallops, lobster. They will be raw because I will be cooking them on top of the stove. And then after I get them all cooked up, I'm going to put them in a dish and stick them in the oven. So we don't want to get those, that seafood too done. So if you come down here, I will show you what all I will be putting in my seafood pot pie. Okay? So guys, we'll be putting whole kernel corn, green beans, and I'm gonna cut them up. And listen, you can get all of this fresh. You don't have to use the can, but I want to use the can today. You can do it all fresh, okay? Carrots. I'm gonna move the potatoes out the way because I think I'm gonna cut up me some potatoes and boil them. Now I'm gonna boil the potatoes, but I'm gonna cut up some potatoes and boil them. I'm gonna move the can of potatoes out of the way. Okay. Let me see. Is that okay? An onion. You'll need butter, minced garlic. You'll need a flavored cube of the Cajun style flavor cube. You need Creole seasoning, white pepper, seafood seasoning. Now this is like the what's the name of that seafood seasoning? The I can't remember the name of it. I told you I got a bad memory. But this is like that season. It's the same thing. It's just in a different can, okay? Old Bay. It's like Old Bay. Onion powder. Garlic powder. Parsley flakes. Okay, I think that's it. If I use anything else, I will let you know. But I'm gonna get into cutting my potatoes and oh, you need an egg. Egg and water to mix up for the whatever you call it. The base on top of the crust. Oh, and wait a minute. Wait just a minute. You will need pie crust also. I kept those in the refrigerator because I didn't want those to get warm, but you will need pie crust, okay? So let me get at it, and I will be right back. Okay, guys, I have cut up my potatoes, and I cut them up in little bitty pieces like that. And I'm going to add just a little salt, about a teaspoon. And I'm adding about a tablespoon of butter. I'm going to let them simmer for about maybe 5 minutes until just a little soft. Okay? Okay, guys, I have went on and prepped. All the things are going to go into my seafood pie. I did the potatoes. Now remember, I boiled those just a little bit. Corn, canned carrots, canned green beans, and onions. Now remember, you can always use fresh corn, carrots, and green beans if you want. Okay? And I did my king crab legs. And remember, they are all raw. My shrimp, I cut them up in 3 pieces. Scallops, and lobster. Okay, and what I forgot to tell you about was my flour. You need about maybe 3 to 4 tablespoons of flour, and you need heavy whipping cream. Okay, now we're fixing to get over there to the other side and put all this together. And it's going to be super easy. Okay, guys, I will be adding about a tablespoon of olive oil. Onion. About a teaspoon of minced garlic. Corn. String beans. And carrots. I'm going to mix this up in here for about maybe 2 or 3 minutes. I don't want to get them too done because they're already done out of the pan. So I'm going to mix them around for about maybe 2 or 3 minutes. And I'll be right back. After 2 or 3 minutes, I'm going to add my sea scallops. My crab meat. Now, if you don't have crab meat, you can add lump crab meat. That'll be just as good. My lobster. And shrimp. I'm going to stir around this for maybe about a minute. Because remember, it's got to go back in the oven, okay? So we don't want to get them overcooked. And I'll be right back. Okay, guys, after stirring this up around about maybe 2 to 3 minutes, I'm going to add parsley flakes, about a tablespoon. Seafood seasonings, about a tablespoon. And remember, this is your dish, so you can add as much seafood as you want. You can add alligator and what's the name of that other stuff? Okay, another tablespoon of Creole seasoning. You can add alligator. You can add what are the bugs' name? I'll call them in a minute. Onion powder, about a tablespoon. Garlic powder, about a tablespoon. Black pepper, about a tablespoon. I'm trying to think of them little bugs' name. Oh, and it's smelling good. Okay, now I'm gonna push it around in the middle and add about 2 tablespoons of butter. And crawfish. That's the name of them, crawfish. You can add crawfish if you want. This is your meal. You make it your own. About 3 tablespoons of flour. I couldn't remember them bugs' name. And I'm going to add this flavored cube seasoning Cajun style. About maybe a cup. Let's add a half a cup. Add a half a cup and a half. And now I'm going to add the potatoes. I bet you thought I forgot about them. Yes. Potatoes. And I'll boil them for about maybe 5 minutes. Because I didn't want them too mushy. Let's add another half a cup of water. I mean, Cajun bouillon cubes. Okay. Now I'm going to add the heavy whipping cream. About a cup. Because we want it creamy and smooth. About a cup. Yes. And I'm going to let this simmer for about maybe about 5 minutes or less. Because I'm going to turn it low. Okay. I'm going to let it simmer for about maybe, not 5 minutes, about 2 to 3 minutes, okay? I'm just going to put just a little bit because I know it needs this. Seafood seasoning. Okay. Oh, this is looking good. Okay, let me see what it tastes like. Oh, marvelous. Oh, it's good. Yes, I'm gonna let it simmer for about maybe 2-3 minutes, okay? And I'll be back.